Good morning, everyone. Before we get into this morning's update, I would like to go over a quick synopsis of what's transpiring across the crypto market. First, as we can see with XRP, we're going to go over the price analysis as we're down 0.32% to the 49.7 cent level. We're going to see the most opportune way that this can go, whether it's going to break bullish, break bearish. We'll take a look at the market cap, the XRP Bitcoin pairing as it's at the 715 sat level, and Bitcoin, which is holding pretty steady here, down 152 points or 0.22% to 69,495. A key point to remember with Bitcoin is that over 1.38 billion in liquidations will take place from shorts if Bitcoin hits 71,000 price level. So pay attention to that. If Bitcoin hits 71,000, there is an estimated 1.38 billion that will be liquidated from Bitcoin short traders. So to me, it seems to be setting up an opportunity to probably push Bitcoin to 71K. And this isn't trading advice, this isn't financial advice, but when I see such a large amount of shorts that will be liquidated at 71,000, that's 1.38 billion. It's very unlikely that the market makers are going to let that kind of liquidity stand there and not use it for a further move. So I'm fully anticipating a retest to liquidate those shorts, as it would be pretty uncommon or unusual for us to just avoid all that liquidity sitting there at 71K. I'd be stunned if it doesn't come up there, knowing what I know now. So we'll take a look at the XRP Bitcoin, or the Bitcoin chart, and then we'll go over a few readings. As yesterday we did discuss the Bitcoin liquidations, and I think we'll just go over this and read it again this morning because a lot of people weren't watching the live last night that'll be watching right now. So we'll go over that and talk about the liquidations. We'll go over the XRP ETF, a matter of when, not if, as Ripple takes aim to ride a 3 trillion stablecoin market potential. And then we'll also take a look at the XRP price forecast. And this says bulls to soon take a backseat amid signs of flush down and selling climax. So we'll see what this bearish outlook is looking at, and we'll see what the national narrative is as we go through some of the news. And then on the charts, we'll see if it backs up what we're seeing in some of the news across the globe. So please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this update. By you hitting that like button allows YouTube to recommend this video. It means that I pop up in the YouTube news feed, which when someone's searching, they start out in the YouTube news feed to find content. So whether they're a subscriber of my channel or not, you'll be able to find it here. I want to thank everybody in the last couple days who has pushed this channel over 22,000 subscribers, as we settled in at 22,100 subscribers right now. I think it's 22,106. So I really do thank everybody for pushing us past 22,000. It's been an incredible journey here since 2021 in March, and I'm still proud to say I've never missed a day of doing updates in over almost 3.5 years now. So please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this update. If you're looking to trade XRP in the USA without a VPN and you don't even want to use a KYC, well, you can if you want to, but that is in the video description below and our pinned comments. There's BITUNIX, lowest spot and leverage trading fees. And you don't need to feel like a criminal. Save a bunch of money on using sites like, or exchanges like Uphold that rip you off on the buy and sell. And then there's MEXC in the video description below and our pinned comments for the XRP Bitcoin pairing. That's what I use, but you have to be signed up in the USA or it won't work. Or you can buy Pikamoon and things like that. They have a lot of new coming tokens on there as well. And if you want to show me personal support, you can always send one YouTube super chatter. I'm looking for the first 1 month member of Tom's Army in the month of June. I would love to see a new member in Tom's Army, grow the army, and get the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens in month 1, all the way to year 2 right now with the XRP 589 moon badge. Month 3 is coming out. Somebody's 2 months away from 3 years, a couple people, so I can't wait to release that. So make sure to hit that like button. I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. Good morning, 8:36 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, June 10th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I look forward to doing this update and then going up to the gym for a workout. I look forward to a solid week in the gym this week. I'm I'm looking to change things up a little bit. I'm going to lower my weight a little bit, and I'm going to focus in on the exercise and try to get that lactic acid built up. And yeah, push myself today in the gym by lowering the weights, ironically, but doing more reps. So more reps within the set so I can do it to exhaustion, because I've been doing the 40, 30, 20, 10 when I lifted weights up. Now if I push it back by 5 or 10 pounds, I can do 40, 40, 40, 40 on the 40 reps of 4 sets. Well, 4 sets of 10, but 40 reps instead of the lowering of 40, 30, 20, 10. And I think that's going to build for a better muscle buildup. As I noticed when I was working out that way, I was gaining better muscle, and I tried to see the opposite way. But I personally prefer the other way. It's safer on the muscles, and you can get a tighter build as well, more lean and toned. So anyhow, XRP is down 0.18% to the 49.71 cent level. We're still working off this beautiful bull flag. I actually have a setup here where we can see the short-term consolidation, and that doesn't mean it's going to play out properly. We talked about during the live yesterday how we anticipated a drop down and consolidation across the market, which did happen. And we talked about possibly 49.20, and then if it back tests, you would want to try to find it somewhere around 49.40, and then you could ride it up to that technical move of 5076. Now that it's come farther across, that number is going to change a little bit. Let's just say it did break out from this area. Whoops. So it'll move from 5076 to 5058. But we do have a reversal candle, possibly. 2 hourlies trying to stay bullish. 3 hourlies definitely a reversal. 4 hourly, this could be a bullish reversal here as well. So let's pay attention to the day. If we were to lose the 494 area, could be breaking a little bearish here very quickly to start the day. So that is something we really have to be on top of here. If it breaks down, we're coming down to that 478 to retest that area. There's no two ways about this. It's either going to bounce off of this point, or it's going to have a further breakdown. Now, with Bitcoin's possibility of that high liquidation level of 1.38 billion at 71K, it makes me very nervous for anybody who's shorting this market right now. And yeah, I expect some fireworks, but I think in a way we least expect it, that we're going to probably get that price spike up to 71K. I can't see the market makers and manipulators not taking that liquidity. Even if we're going to go short, why wouldn't they go up and grab that 1.38 billion in liquidity? They love liquidity for further moves. That's a lot of liquidity to help them move down if that's what they're trying to do. And this bull flag is still very much set up. I still would be surprised if we don't retest that breakdown point at 519 on this cup and handle formation. But it will be determined based on the trading this week. This is a very important week, as when we look at the weekly time frame with the candle that closed, not exactly the best candle. We did have a major pull up here, so we could possibly reverse this back up, but we do have a bearish cross in the weekly, so we really need to get back on top of that cup and handle support. Otherwise, this could lead to a pretty lengthy drop here. So we must pay attention to XRP this morning, but we're going to look at some of the narrative in the news as well. Bitcoin's down 238 points, 69,410. And as we talked about, there's a high liquidation level. So let's talk about this first. Let's go into that reading with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, a liquidation risk of $1.38 billion. And if you were part of the live yesterday, we talked about this, but I need to talk about it for everybody else. The Bitcoin market, still plagued by unpredictable volatility, is currently under the threat of a massive liquidation. If Bitcoin rebounds at 71,000, a colossal sum of $1.38 billion in short positions could be wiped out. This phenomenon, a result of recent price fluctuations, highlights the inherent risk in cryptocurrency markets. So I don't care about the Biden report. Doesn't matter to me. In the face of this situation, traders seem increasingly skeptical about a quick rebound in Bitcoin. The dominance of short positions shows an anticipation of further price drops. If Bitcoin hits 71,000 again, 1.38 billion in short positions would be liquidated, illustrating growing mistrust among futures traders. Investors are wondering why Bitcoin prices haven't recently surpassed their March highs, especially considering the series of 19 consecutive days of positive inflows in Bitcoin exchange-traded funds ETFs. These inflows, while significant, have not been sufficient to offset sales in the broader ecosystem. The complexity of the Bitcoin market cannot be underestimated, as Charles Edwards, founder of Capriol Investments, noted ETF inflows, while encouraging, are not strong enough to outpace overall sales. Additionally, crypto trader Christopher Inks reminded that the market consists not only of spot transactions, but also futures, ETFs, and options. Each have a distinct influence on Bitcoin's price. This context highlights the complexity and fragility of the crypto market. Investors and traders must navigate an environment where economic data, central bank decisions, and market dynamics interact in complex and sometimes unpredictable ways. So that's something to really pay attention to. We'll get into the XRP stuff in a second, but first I want to cover the Bitcoin chart and then we'll flip over. So Bitcoin right now, we know it's broken bullish out of a pennant flag consolidation. Right now we're trying to break out of the expansion zone, which right now in the 4-hour time frame, if we can hold the support, and I want to move this down here to where this real support is at 68,396. If we hold that support, which it remains to be seen if we're going to, but if it does push up from here, we do have a pretty distinct bull flag on the pullback up, and this is all you need to watch. We've got this little uptrending resistance that formed on the drop. We've even got more evidence overnight, so now we can actually do this. We don't have to guess. We don't have to guess anymore. Yesterday we had to guess. Today we can put it in the proper perspective. Come back here to the 4-hourly, and this is the bull flag setup right now. If that plays out bullish, this should bring us back up near the technical target. Would be somewhere in this area around, what is that, 70,200. So let's test this real quick, because I really believe that, I don't think they're going to leave that liquidation there. I would be stunned if they leave 1.38 billion up for grabs. That technical target here brings you well into that area. Look if it breaks up right here. Whoops. If it breaks up right here for Bitcoin, the technical target, and you can't make this stuff up, 70,700. That's so close to that 71K liquidation zone. And then if you got on top of there, then you could make more magic. But look at that. And we look like we have a beautiful reversal in the 4-hourly. So if you were taking a trade on Bitcoin, you could absolutely take a futures trade. And yeah, you want to buy support, but we do have a reversal candle. What are we at right now? 69,400. So these are some of the most seamless trades you can make with very low risk. And you could even come back down to 0.59% below and have it below 69,000, just so that you give it a little runoff here from 69,186. And I mean, it's such a low risk here. You could essentially be on a 10x $1,000 trade, which is probably what I'm going to do on my next trade, because I built my swing or my leverage trading account up from 700 to 1,014 yesterday with that trade on Gala, which I was very transparent over. But that's literally on a $1,000 trade. This is a $56 risk on a 10x trade. That is basically nothing. So you'd be playing the fact that this should push out here. We're in a 4-hour reversal candle here, and it does look bearish overall. It's just we have that bull flag set up, and it makes me very interested to see what that liquidation level at 71K. It's almost as if it's a little opportunity here that's going unknown. And I mean, honestly, you could come all the way down here to 69K and let it fall below this 68,900. And you could come on. I mean, this is an opportunity possibly here, if you have some testicular fortitude with a futures trade. You're talking about all the way down to even 68,800 area is less than 1%. I would put it at 68,900 just to be safe, somewhere around here. That's 0.75%, and I put it a little higher than the price is. That's 75 bucks on 1,000. That's 7.3% loss on a 10x trade if you were to get stopped out. I mean, those are the kind of bargains I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. But understand, you want to buy support, sell resistance. So right now we're in the middle of this zone. It's just we happen to put on right now a long leg doji in the 4-hourly. So it makes me very skeptical to think they're not going to come after that 1.38 billion in liquidations with leverage. I would be stunned. But that's just something I'm watching. The XRP Bitcoin pairing, then we're going to finish off with the reading that we have. The XRP Bitcoin pairing's up about 0.25% at what 717 level. We're up just about we're up about 0.2 from 715 to 717 sat level from last night. And last night I was down about $150 on my $5,300 trade. It's come up just a tiny bit, probably $120 down now, about 1.1%. But I like to be transparent. And we're still looking for that. We got this setup here that we're trying to bounce off of, and that should bring us to the 740 sat level. Now, if we lose the 708, that could invalidate this thought, but that does look like a massive bull flag here that formed on the drop. So I'm anticipating some appreciation here. I think Bitcoin's going to shock the market here because of that liquidation level at 71K. I think it's going to shock the market. And we'll see this morning. I was hoping it would continue down so I could consider what I was thinking, what I was sharing with everybody. But a $70 risk on 1,000, that is not a huge risk at all. In fact, those are the kind of opportunities I like. So I'm going to be taking a serious look at that while I'm in the gym this morning. And now let's read this so I can get my workout. XRP ETF, a matter of when, not if, as Ripple aims to ride 3 trillion stablecoin market potential. So Ripple President Monica Long has reaffirmed the idea of XRP Exchange Traded Fund ETF. In a recent interview, Long told CNBC reporters that an XRP ETF would be a sensible initiative. If you think about it, only XRP and Bitcoin have regulatory clarity on status, and the US XRP has been a top 10 asset by market cap and is about to be top 5 if you look at daily traded volume. So I think that it will make a lot of sense, she stated. Long also predicted that digital assets will see increased institutional adoption. The Ripple exec noted that sophisticated investors are entering the crypto market through Bitcoin ETFs and tokenized assets. Meanwhile, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse asserted that spot XRP ETF seems inevitable. In his CNBC interview, Garlinghouse opined that approving spot ETFs would benefit investors who prefer portfolio diversification. He also expressed optimism about the potential success of upcoming Ethereum ETFs. Those are exchange-traded funds. Furthermore, Ripple is venturing into the stablecoin sector with Long projecting a launch of the end of 2024. So with Ripple, not only are we expecting an XRP ETF, but we're also anticipating the Ripple stablecoin by the end of 24, along with the XRP ETF in early 25. We also got news of the gold and silver-backed RWAs, which are real-world assets. They're going to be coming to the XRP ledger, which is redeemable by 1 gram of gold or silver with 1 token purchased in the upcoming ticker symbol that'll be coming to the XRP ledger. So that'll be redeemable for real gold. You'll need 31.1 tokens of either the gold or silver to make out for 1 troy ounce, and then you can get it delivered to your house if you want. So that's going to bring a hell of a lot of liquidity to the XP ledger. Now let's read this. This is the negative perspective by most of the market participants or most of the analysts. But I think they're overlooking possibly that liquidation level of Bitcoin. I really do. XRP price forecast, bulls to soon take a backseat amid signs of flush down and selling climax. XRP has been stagnant with no major movements in the past 24 hours. An analyst from the YouTube channel Pips, and I don't put any stock into this, posted a new video providing detailed technical analysis of XRP price trend, explaining why bulls might have to wait a bit longer for gains. The analyst said that after the grind to the upside, usually see a failed break, a check back, and then continuation. Despite the selling climax and flush, XRP continues to make higher lows. This pattern is typical in highly over-leveraged markets, which often produce head fakes and manipulation before moving higher or lower. At the time of writing, XRP is trading at 50 cents as it's trading into the green zone. Since the beginning of 23, XRP has exhibited a 5-wave move upward, forming an ascending broadening wedge, with the 5th wave topping out at the 1.236 level before entering a WXY correction for wave 2. Wave 2 retraced perfectly to the 70.2 Fibonacci level, where whale buy orders were filled. Typically, the 70.2 and 78.6% Fibonacci levels are common retracement targets before reversal, particularly for XRP. After reaching the 70.2 level, XRP consolidated, experienced another flush, and then began grinding upwards. This pattern indicates trendline liquidity, with buy stops accumulating under the trend line from market participants expecting a continued rise. However, the market usually needs to flush these buy stops before continued upwards. In this structure, similar to previous instance, the trend line liquidity is taken out, reaching the 78.6% level before grinding higher. Zooming in, the major liquidation event with Bitcoin led to a selling climax, followed by an automatic rally, a secondary test of the lows down to the 78.6% level, and then a continued grind upward. This market behavior involves a flush down to a selling climax, an automatic rally, a secondary test of the lows, and extreme retracement levels before resuming the upward trend. He believes XRP will perform well in 2024, and that the current structure marks the bottom following the selling climax, automatic rally, and secondary test. He anticipates a grind to the upside, a check back, and then a continuation higher. Make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this update. Have a blessed morning, everybody, and don't forget, if you made it until the end, to type hashtag BeBetterDoBetter in the comments.